So welcome to another episode of Get Ready with me. My name is Courtney Leach Hensley. Yes, I do know. Sorry, use the camera up there. Using a different device. We're going to try something different. I don't know if you remember my last episode. I was, trying to get ideas for what equipment to use, all the things. So we're trying something a little bit different. And to say the very least, I'm not used to the camera placement. But anyway, as I was saying, my name is Courtney Leach Hensley. I do use my last name because if you've known me professionally for any amount of time, it was always my maiden name. But today, for Get Ready with Me, have you seen on TikTok lately the trend of creating your makeup look based on your rising or ascending sign? I should have known that I was going to need to let a kitty or two out. So, 1 minute. So I'm back. Sorry about that. I should probably put like a door, I swear. It's going to be the only way that I can get through any kind of recording at all. So as I was saying, it's trending on TikTok right now to do makeup based off of your rising or ascendant sign. And mine happens to be Virgo. So the big thing with Virgo and that aesthetic is clean makeup. So, this clean girl aesthetic that's been going on for a while is just a very prominent look, a very flattering look for those with Virgo in their rising sign. And it kind of made me laugh when I was reading up on it because that's the look that I do when I go to work. I'll be honest, I'm kind of over the whole clean girl aesthetic. I mean, it has its place, but I don't know. For being 45, I really just like fun makeup. Yes, there are days where I don't feel like doing the fun makeup and I just want to do what I do for work, and that is essentially my base face. And if you don't remember what my base face is, it is my color correcting tinted moisturizer. It is color correcting to try to hide these bags, and then really mascara. I will do concealer every once in a while if I need to, but it's just basically those few products. What I just put on was pearlizer. So I don't know if you remember, if you've seen all my videos, but I did it with the last video. I feel like I might have done it on another video, but I want to do that kind of glow from within because the whole clean girl aesthetic is very clean, glowy skin. So by putting pearlizer, which is a highlighter underneath, it gives that, I guess you could say, J-Lo glow. So you get that glow from within. I did 2 layers of color correcting tinted moisturizer from Synergence. And yes, I am getting my forehead because I'm not really sure what to do with these bangs lately. So I've just kind of been letting them do their thing. And their thing has been not covering my forehead. So we will be trying to make sure that we get makeup on that forehead. So as we're getting into this whole base face, I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because even though it's a good process, it's that clean look, I still feel pretty minimalistic. It's still a process. So let's just try to get through this as quickly as possible. So I am curious who else is a Virgo rising. If you are, drop it in the comments because I would love to talk to and meet other Virgo risings. My friend Tara, who is my bestie, and I tried to get her to really go through my chart with me because she's my go-to. She's the one that I always ask because once I saw this trend on TikTok, I sent her my birth chart and I was like, what's my rising sign? Because I don't know what I'm looking for. And so she told me Virgo, and she was actually really quite surprised because I am a Libra. I am very, very Libra. I can be quite wishy-washy at times. I can be a bit critiquey. I do like the finer things in life, but I'm pretty much a Libra through and through. But Virgo is an earth sign, and she said that I actually do have quite a bit of earth signs in my chart, which she finds very interesting because I also do have Libra in several places. But she said it's very good for me because it's grounding. With being an air sign, having a lot of those earth signs involved in my birth chart really does help pull me back to earth. It helps keep me grounded instead of my head always up in the clouds. And I do have to say, like, there are times where I'm like, you know, why am I like so back and forth? Because like I absolutely love science and math, but I'm also very creative. And so growing up, it was a struggle trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life because I wanted to be able to do both. I wanted to do makeup and I also wanted to do something along the lines of forensic science. Yeah, forensics. I still find that stuff so fascinating. I love genetics too, like so many good things. So I'm just coming in here to quick contour. It is going to be a little bronzy, perhaps, just because I didn't mix it with a neutral undertone because I just want to quick get this done. So I'm using French toast, which I actually will end up using on my eyes too, just because it's just a nice, good, warm tone. I know I've mentioned it before. This is kind of like my go-to in the summertime because I do tend to get a bit darker. And this just really, it really works as my contour. Even with it being on the warm side, because I'm already kind of warmer from the sun, it does the trick, I guess you could say. Today, I am going to be using all Synagent's products. I may have mentioned before that I am also a distributor for Synagent, so I do have a lot of their products. And one, well, I guess multiple things I like is that the product stays very well. When I do the liner, and I feel like I might have even mentioned it in my last episode, it does dry down pretty quickly, which is good. It stays, but if you're looking to like smudge and blend, you're gonna have to be like super quick about it, and I'll show you how to do that in this episode. But other things that I like about Synagent's is, yes, it is vegan, yes, it is cruelty-free, but, and this just happened last year, they finally got like the certification for it, the credentials for it, whatever it is, but they meet European standards for cosmetics. And I don't think that there's anybody else in the United States that meets those same kind of credentials. If I'm wrong, let me know. I would love to know other companies here in the States that do meet that not requirement, but standard. But yeah, EU, like that's huge. That means it is super clean. It is really good for your skin. It does contain what is called Cineplex Plus, and that is Synagent's patented like skincare cluster of stuff. It's in all of their cream products. So it's just some good stuff. So what I'm going to do, like like I said, Virgo it's just a very clean, minimalistic, that clean girl aesthetic. And this, like I said, is essentially, minus the highlight and contour, what I do when I go to work. So that really does kind of explain why it works so well, if you will. But there's also like, it's those soft neutrals, and I'm going to do just a little bit more than like the soft neutrals, just because, well, I saw some pictures too where it was like a little bit of like a glamorous look. So I'm just going to try to go in between. If you know me, there's no in between. It's either this or it's, a bold full face. If you've seen my videos, that very first one, bold, was that the plan? Not necessarily. Was I mad? Absolutely not, because I love mermaid tones, so I was okay with it. So we're going to try to do something kind of in between. So let's fingers crossed that I can do that. So we're going to start with our eyes. The liner is like, it's like a sharp liner, define those eyes. You can use a brown tone to smudge out at the lash line, and we're gonna kind of do that. And like I said, the liner does dry down very quickly, so I'm only going to do parts of my eye at a time. So I'm not gonna try to be precise with this first little bit. I'm just gonna use the black liner. And I'm gonna make my line at the lash line, go all the way to the inner corner, and not necessarily make it super thick, but as you can see, it's a little thick. Then I'm gonna take my ring finger. You always want to use your ring finger because that has the least amount of pressure. And especially with the eye area, you do not want a lot of pressure. So I'm taking my finger and I'm just smudging because I want to smudge out that black. And as you can see, you can still see there's a little bit of that line, but it's also smudged out. I'm going to go over it and do it again just because I want this to be just a little bit thicker, a little bit darker. And obviously, depending on your look, will depend on, how thick and how dark. So let's get this bad boy smudged out a little bit more. And as you can see, I haven't touched my lower lash line yet because this is already drying down. So I do need to come in here and make that line right at the lashes really crisp. Also partially, so anybody is listening, that's my cat Odin. So now we're gonna take that French toast and I'm gonna take a smudge brush and I'm just gonna get a tiny little bit because I don't want a whole lot. I'm just gonna go right onto here. I know usually I do apply it right to my eye, but that's not the look that I'm going for today. And then I'm just gonna smudge. I am still trying to figure out this brush, I will be honest, so this might take me a little extra minute, but okay, we're getting there. So do you see like the black, I guess? Actually, I am gonna use, if I can figure out what I did with it. I mean, I'm sure nobody's surprised that I can't figure out what I did with a particular brush because that's just my life. Don't think I want to use that one. Oh, I do. I'm going to use this really puffy brush. I know I've talked about it before. I love it. It's my Morphe brush. Tried to find it at Ulta. I think it was last week, and I couldn't because they switched what they carry of them, and I'm just a little sad and disappointed. Alrighty, so this brush definitely was better, but still doing the same thing, applying it directly from the wand instead of onto the eye. So here we go. Oh, see, French toast is just it's such a pretty color. And the reason I like it, especially for blue eyes, is because it's got kind of an orangey undertone. Like you can kind of see right there too. So orange is across from blue on the color wheel. So if it's orange or has an orange tone, it's really going to make those blue eyes pop. And that is what I wanted. If you are one of my green-eyed girlies, French roast. If you wanted to do a darker brown, it has a purple undertone. Chef's kiss. It is so good for green eyes. You could also do bronze taupe glowify, which is what I used in my last episode. You could even use garnet because that brown, also darker like the like French roast, it has kind of a redder undertone, and red is across from green on the color wheel, so that's why that would look really good. If you have hazel eyes, kind of depends on, do your eyes pull more yellow? Do they pull more green? Hot chocolate, to me, this is just me, and I don't know, maybe I'm crazy for thinking it. It has some kind of a goldeny yellow undertone, and that will help pull out the yellow if your eyes tend to go more towards the yellow shade, or if they do tend to go more green, you could also use French roast. If you have, I'm trying to think, if you have brown eyes, you can use any shade of brown. And I'm over here just really super jealous and really needing to let that cat out, so Hold on. So we've got the bottom eye smudged out. And you know what? I just really like how that's looking. So I am going to go in again and just apparently throw this black liner everywhere. I'm going to grab that smudgy brush and then I'm just going to do like what I did on the lower line. Now, if you want a liner that does smudge more and that is a little bit easier to work with, I highly, highly recommend NYX. I have their liners, whether it's eye or lip, in my professional kit, and I love it. I love their liners. I always have. I've been a big fan for a while. So definitely, these liners can be, I'll be honest, they can be a little intimidating because of how quickly they do dry down. So if you do want something that's a little bit more user-friendly as you're starting out with makeup, NYX is the best way to go. So we're going to do, and just know, I'm not done with this eye yet, but I'm going to probably end up using this brush. I'm going to have to like quick clean it. But let's do the same thing on this eye. Let's get it lined, maybe. And then we're just going to smudge, 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 smudge. So yeah, those of you that are Virgo Risings, do you typically wear kind of like a more neutral color palette? Do you typically go for that clean girl aesthetic? Or are you more of kind of that like luxury glamorous feel? Which, I mean, I feel all signs have that in them. It's just a matter of like the tones, the colors, how you do it, like with your makeup and whatnot. But yeah, like my mom is a Virgo. That is her sun sign. Is it sun sign? I think it's sun sign. And is really, I mean, as she's gotten older, she's gotten better, but when she was younger, she was definitely not a minimalist at all. She liked things. She was a shoe person for the longest time until she got a little bit older, and the job that she had gave her some really bad feet. And so she had to like start wearing like inserts and stuff like that. Like, I can't buy all the fun, pretty shoes that I used to. But when she would do her makeup back when she was younger, she was definitely, I mean, she would do things, but for the most part, she was tapping into that, I feel, that clean girl aesthetic. She liked having, she wore a lot of neutral shades. She's got a very, very beautiful, I always called it Crayola green eye color because I couldn't exactly like describe it because it just seemed like such a true pure green. I was like, it's not like a lime green. It's not a blue green. It's just green. And I do wish that like I knew more about like makeup and stuff like that when I was younger, like about, really about the colors and stuff like that. And that, I mean, my parents had me kind of older, so I wasn't like older and around like when she was really like wearing the makeup and stuff like that, so I wouldn't have been much help. I feel like even if I like really was like doing makeup then and had the knowledge then that I have now, she was definitely, I mean, she still would wear like some makeup going to work, but she was super quick, let's just get this crap done because I have to go to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and who really wants to wear makeup that early? I know I don't. Like when I'm on set, because I am not the important one. I'm not the talent. The talent is the one that needs to shine, not me as the makeup artist. Base face. That is what I do. I feel like I do even less when I'm going to be on set than what I do when I go to work. And I actually remember I was on a set in Arizona, and the girl that I was working with, she was in cosmetology school. This stuff had always, set makeup and hair and all that had always really interested her. And I giggled because I could tell that she was more of a hair artist than a makeup artist. And I could tell that she was in cosmetology school and that she hadn't really been on set, because if you're on set, it's like I've said before, it's that very minimal makeup. It's your base face and that's it. If you even wear makeup. If I wasn't self-conscious of how I looked without makeup, I wouldn't even go with makeup. And so like I was talking to her about it and she was like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, we're not the ones that are important. We do not need to stand out. We aren't supposed to stand out. We want to have the actors, actresses, or models, depending on what the shoot is, they're the ones that need to be standing out, not us. And after I told her that, she came to work the next day and had downplayed everything. I mean, she still had a bit of makeup on, but she was that girl that just really liked to wear makeup. But it was definitely a lot less than that first day. And I was just like, it kind of made my heart happy because I was like, oh my gosh, like, she took my advice, like somebody's listening to me. Oh my gosh, am I really somebody who knows what's going on? Because sometimes self-doubt is a bitch, and sometimes I just really question if I know what I'm talking about. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm taking Champagne Shimmer. It's just a really nice goldeny tone. And I'm putting that on the brow bone and into the crease, like just kind of pulling that color up. I wanted to do a little bit of a shimmer because I like shimmer. My child is chasing a cat. If you don't want to do something like with so much color, you could do Mocha Java. Actually, that's also a really good color for all eye colors. You could do Mocha Java or Mocha Java Shimmer, Sandstone Pearl, which is what I use for my highlight, or Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. Just, you know, just kind of depends on the full look that you're going for. Just give me a second here. I want to kind of see like what my eyes are doing. So French toast with champagne over it, you guys. That. Ooh. Oh, I like her. That is a really pretty combination. My gosh. Oh my gosh. That is really, that's stunning. I am going to have to get a little bit though because I've got the hooded eyes and pull up the French toast a little bit because as you can see, like it doesn't look good. Oh yeah, because I have it sitting here. That's why I'm thinking of it. It is a pretty color for blue eyes because on me, it does pull kind of on the orange side, which is weird. But if you have hazel eyes, Dusk Shimmer is going to be great because it has a really, really pretty, like pinky mauve-y, maybe mauve is the word, tone to it. So it is going to just make those hazel eyes pop. And what is weird, and I don't get it, I'm trying to understand the theory and the logic behind it, but pinks really make hazel eyes pop. It's kind of like how purples make green eyes pop, and they're not like across from each other. I mean, kind of like in a way they are because red and blue equal purple and red is across from green. So like in that aspect, it makes sense. But I don't know, like purple and green eyes and pink and hazel eyes. It's a match made in heaven that I don't understand, but it works. My girl Kathy, high school bestie, we've been friends forever. She has hazel eyes, and I was like, do pinks, like just try it. And she was like, oh my gosh, it works. It's like anytime like Synogens has like a pink color that comes out, I'm like, you should get that. But yeah, Dusk would be a really good one. Dusk would also be a nice one if you wanted to not have like such a bold eye look. That would be really, really pretty. So just give me a second here. I'm just trying to, okay. All right, I'm over here digging this. I kind of feel like I should put a little pop of something. What do I want to put a little pop of something? Might be a little on the light side, so we're just gonna, it's makeup. We're just gonna fingers crossed. Hope it turns out, and if it doesn't, then, well, it is what it is, because it's just makeup. It's not that serious. It's kind of like how my mom is with hair. When I was in cosmetology school, she's like, it's just hair. It'll grow back or grow out or whatever. She's like, I don't care. Just do what you gotta do. And so I did what I had to do. All right, so now that we got the eyes, you guys, I am digging her. What they recommend for your mascara is to curl your lashes, make your lashes just very curly. I don't use an eyelash curler because they terrify me. Ever since I was a teenager, I have been scared of them. A friend of mine that I went to high school with told me that she had done it and something like caught her attention and she yanked her head and didn't move the lash curler with her head and she ripped out all of her lashes. And ever since then I've been like, you know what? That sounds actually very awful. And so I am just not going to ever do that. And I just don't do it. I can't do it. I've even talked to a friend of mine at work about it and she's like, it's not that bad. And so like she shows me how she uses it on her, but her eyelashes also come like straight out. So she's like, I have to use a lash curler, which I totally get. But I mean, mine don't. So like I do know that there are people out there that have to do it. It's just very scary. I am using the 3-in-1 primer. As I've stated before, this has Capixyl, so it does help your lashes grow. I do have their mascara that I will use for my brows, but I don't have very much left because I still haven't ordered mascara. I also still haven't ordered CCTM. That's all I have left. I'm just behind. So I'm going to use my Voluminous Carbon Black, but if I did have my Volume Intense mascara, I would be using that. That also has Capixyl in it, so that does help my lashes grow, which who doesn't like that? It does help my brows grow because I put them in my brows too. And I do have to say, I mean, as much as I have always loved this Carbon Black, when it comes to washing my eyes, SeneGence does come off a lot easier, a lot better. I do find that I get out of the shower. I have mascara under my lower lashes right now. So I have to kind of go in there with, not cleanser, but just like a balm, or I do have a makeup remover from SeneGence that I also use. And just kind of clean up that area. Should I do that before I clean my face? Yeah, probably should, but I don't always do what I should. I'm definitely that person that's like, do as I say, not as I do. And I always say that in the summertime after I've gotten burned. When I swear to you, I have applied sunscreen. It's just, alrighty. I do like a good couple layers of mascara because that's just the girl that I am. So yeah, curly lashes. You can use a lash curler. You can use your mascara. You could even do like the lash curler and then just put a little bit of color on the tips of your lashes to help make them stand out. Another thing that they talked about with like brows is to have them filled in neatly. And since that's kind of a little bit more than what I do, our look is a little bit more. I'm going to take the black brown that I used in my look last week, and I know I did mention that I have used this in my brows before, and I'm gonna just kind of fill in a little bit, and then I'm gonna go over it with the mascara to really just kind of make sure that everything is in place. And I guess I could say colored in. I used to be the one that did like the full-on, like I filled in these these eyebrows. I don't really do that so much anymore. I usually also try to like color them with hair color. I haven't done that, and I don't even know the last time I did do that. I probably should, because I feel like it would make doing these brows a lot quicker. So, all right. We've got them good. Now let's just kind of I'm almost using this mascara as a brow gel. Who uses a brow gel? Just kind of curious. Let me know. Drop it in the comments because SeneGence does have a really good couple options for brow gels. I've used them. I do like them. I am just simple and sometimes lazy, especially, early in the morning when I really don't want to be up and I just want to use the same thing. So then I just grab that mascara. After I've put it on my eyes, put it in my brows. But I do really like their brow products, and they do have one brow product that also has Capixyl in it. So if you are a product of the 90s and early 2000s and you wax the absolute hell out of those eyebrows, and your eyebrows don't really want to grow, mine don't really grow because of genetics, but they don't really want to grow, that's the brow gel for you. It's going to help bring back life to those brows. So let's quick get to blush here. I am using a powder that Cinna just doesn't have anymore because I am a powder girl, and I figured I should probably just actually start using this since I have it. Like, there's no reason to not, right? This color, it's actually very close to, look at that, Strawberry Cream Hydro Matte, and then you've got, you know, a lip color that you can use. But like, I mean, seriously, like, look how close those two are. Like, it's insane. So this color is going to be this. It is recommended as a Virgo rising to use warm peach and terracotta tones as opposed to like your pinks and reds. And I do have to say, I love peach. I am a big fan, especially once spring hits. Y'all, I'm all over peach and coral tones. I just absolutely love it. And then like as it gets warmer and I might get some more sun, those tones with a bronzier skin tone, oh, it's just so good. I mean, look, I've barely even got anything on this brush, and look at how pretty that is. See, there's not that much. I would like to know, you know, if you're watching this, what your rising sign is in general. Oh, guys, she is cute. Oh, man. I really do love this peach powder. I should just use this more. This blush might be getting a little out of control right now, but whatever. We're just gonna roll with it because why not? Here I am adding it freaking up here by my damn eyes, like I said I was never going to do. Right. Look at that color. Peach really is so pretty. For highlight, it is recommended for Virgo rising to use more of like a coppery tone. I've never seen a coppery toned highlighter. If you have, let me know. I want to see this. I feel like maybe I haven't really caught one or seen one because it might be aimed at somebody with a darker skin tone, and so that's just not something that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna try to make it with Garnet and Mocha Java Shimmer. We're gonna just kind of see what we can kind of get here. Because for me, Garnet, because it's got that red tone, I guess you could consider it coppery. I feel like that could definitely be a thing. And then Mocha Java is just gonna really just kind of like neutralize all of that mess. So let's just do a small amount of Garnet because that is a dark color. What do you guys think? Not really sure. Might have to add. Actually, let's add some pearlizer. Let's just make this very glowy, which, I definitely did that. That is, and the Glowify, or the pearlizer that I have, it's one of like the older ones, and so it has like kind of a pinky tone. So I'm not really sure if we're gonna quite get it, but copper, they said, is the way to go. And like I said, if you know of a copper, let a girl know, because I am very interested in this. Yeah, see, and that's not very light either. So we are going to just chalk this up to it was a good try. And I'm just going to take some more of the pearlizer on its own. And I'm going to, well, here, let's put some on my nose. I like kind of putting it right here. Let's get some on the forehead. You know what? Let's dot some right here. Since we have it. Let's take a little bit right here. Since we have it. We're going to put a little bit right there. Right in that Cupid's bow. Love it. A little bit right here on the chin. And then since I've got a very, very, very tiny bit left, I'll just kind of pat it. You notice how I'm continually using my ring finger? Less pressure. All right, so, I am digging that. There might be something to this. So for the lips, nothing was really said about what the lips should be, but to keep along the whole neutral, warm tones, I'm going to do my favorite neutral lip. And if you know me, I'm not much of a neutral lip person. It's just not what I like. I gravitate towards pink no matter what. But I just feel like pink looks good on me. So that's what I go for. But I am going to use Cold Brew LipSense. It's very similar to Nude Honey, if you know any of Synergence's colors. It's a light neutral, and it's got just a little bit of a warm orangey tone to it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to do my 3 layers, but I'm going to just line my lips with it. And I kind of stumbled across this combination. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. My friend and I were doing holiday/Christmas looks, and we were trying to do one a day. That first week we did great. After that, it kind of tapered. But we did, this one was for the peppermint mocha. And the shadow that I used was a limited edition. It was so good. It was so good. But because it was a darker color, I wanted a lighter lip. So I was like, Cold Brew had just come out, I think like within like a few months. And I was like, well, I've got it. Let's see what it looks like. And then the color that I put in the middle was kind of a newer one to me. I was like, you know, let's just have some fun. It worked out so good. I am just not having enough on this wand. And I know this takes forever because I don't have the full lip. Everybody else does that does LipSense. LipSense is like the first product of Synergence, and it was designed to last up to 16 hours. And for a lot of people it does. I will be honest, because I try to be as transparent as possible. It doesn't last that long for me, but I think that has a lot to do with the medication that I'm on. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, I had to get that peak better. So yeah, I think because of the medication that I'm on, it just doesn't last as long for me. But that doesn't mean it doesn't last that long for other people. I know plenty of people where it lasts all day, and I'm like, ugh, I'm so jealous. So I got my 3 layers on top. I'm gonna go through and do the 3 layers down here. So let's say you were to do this look at home and you got strawberry cream for your cheeks. You could totally use that color on the lips without lining it, or you could use that as your fill-in color. I'm not going to because I'm doing a different look, but that would be so pretty. Like, so pretty. And I am a fan of Cold Brew, just because it's a good, soft, neutral brown. And if you remember from, was it the last? It was either, it was a past video. My friend Jamie loves this color. I think it was my Galentine's video because I did Legacy Lips, and that's like her absolute favorite Synergence or LipSense color. We're just gonna kind of do an ombre, kind of fill in these corners here. And then I'm gonna go in with Milk Rose Hydromat and just fill in that middle. I like, because it is the Hydromat, to just kind of dot it, blend it with my finger. You can use a brush if you want, or you can just let it do its own thing. Whatever feels right to you. And if you think about it, I did this lip before, like this overly lined business was like the thing. So I was ahead of my time. Look at me. Just kidding. And I'm actually, so the color that I'm going to use to seal it in is not available. You know what? Let me use a color that is. So I just used Honey Latte just because I was like, oh, I just want to see it again. But I'm going to use Sand, and it's more of more yellowy gold, I don't know, something, but it'll work because our colors are those browns, those warm tones. I mean, I use champagne up here, I've got peach here, so something that's got kind of that yellowy, goldeny, orangey tone will totally work. Oh my gosh, you guys. There just might be something to this whole thing, to do your look based on your rising sign. There just might be. Maybe you guys want me to, like, if you put in the comments your rising sign, down the road I could do a video on what would look good for you based on that rising sign. So see, I told you the bangs, just they're they're doing their own thing. Here is the look. Our ascendant or rising sign is in Virgo. Minimalistic, clean girl look. For me, amped up a bit because I wanted something that was just a little bit more than what I do for every day at work. You want to stick with warm, neutral tones, peach or terracottas for the cheek, your browns for the eyes. Again, I did warmer browns and a golden color for my eye. Your highlight, or coppery if you can find it. And if you can find it, seriously, let a girl know because I would love to see this. But here is this look for my, oh, let me do my lips. Not recommended because I didn't say anything, but I chose a warmer, softer, orange toned liner, LipSense for my liner. I used kind of a neutrally pink for the inner, and then I glossed and sealed with sand gloss, which is just your kind of a more goldeny, shimmery gloss. Don't forget to find me on Instagram and TikTok at the Beast Mode Butte. Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, share, all the things. I would love to have more people watch me, to come hang out with me. If you have any ideas, I mean, I've got some ideas of some things that I'm going to do coming out, but if you have anything that you would love to see, drop those in the comments. I would love to know what you guys are looking for as well. But anyway, so this is my Virgo rising look. I hope you had fun hanging out with me today, and I will see you later. Bye.